Hello students, how are you? Welcome to the beautiful channel Padhai Ka Kavach. Myself, Tosif Bhonwilwala. Today students, we are going to discuss about the legislature at the state level. How the framework of the legislature works at the state level. That we are going to discuss in this lecture. In the previous sessions, we have discussed about how a bill become an act and discuss the various parameters of the bill and its procedure to become an act. So let us try to discuss our today's topic, legislature at the state level. First is the legislative assembly. Every state has a legislature and it is called legislative assembly. Legislative assembly is the lower house. Student, the three organs of the government, legislature, executive and the judiciary, among which the first legislature organ is the most important and the functional organ of the constitution. Every state has the legislature, which is called as the legislative assembly, and the member of that legislative assembly, it is called MLA, which you frequently see in some of cars. Legislative assembly is the lower house of the state level. As we discuss in the parliament, the Lok Sabha is the lower house while the Rajya Sabha is the upper house. So the same structure is followed at the state level inside the legislature. The legislative assembly is the lower house and the legislative council is the upper house of the legislature at the state level. Okay. Only the few states have the two houses at their state level. The states are Bihar, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, Tamil Nadu are the states which have two houses at the state level. As I already told you, present at the state level, upper house is called Legislative Council, lower house is called Legislative Assembly. Gujarat state does not have a Legislative Council, as we all know. Inside the Legislative Assembly, the numbers of the member are different from state to state. As per the provision in the Constitution, minimum number of the member of the Legislative Assembly is 60 and the maximum number of the Legislative Assembly is 500. So, there is a 60 to 500 range of the member of Legislative Assembly. Okay. So, how many seats or how many members of the Legislative Assembly are there in the Gujarat? It is 182. And as you know, student, the height of the Statue of Unity is also 182 meters, which is taken from this number. Qualification for membership of the state legislature means if you want to appear in the state legislature via the election, which are the criteria that we should follow for that membership. The person should be the citizen of India and the age of that person should be 25 years and not more than, below the age of 25 years is not allowed, but more than 25 years are acceptable. The person should not be having unsound mind, insolvent and criminal. They cannot contest the elections of the Legislative Assembly. Okay. Time period. What is the time period of the Legislative Assembly? Legislative Assembly is not a permanent house as the Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha is also a temporary house because the tenure of the Lok Sabha is 5 years. Similarly, the Legislative Assembly is not a permanent house and its time period is also 5 years. After the given period of time, it is dissolved. In the unusual situations wherein the government cannot function as per the constitutional provision, or if government cannot be formed, then the governor can send a recommendation to the President of India to dissolve the government. Means if the government is not working as per the criteria of constitution, the governor send a message or the recommendation to the president that the government should be dissolved in the particular state. the government. And in the second case, the ruling party can, if not establish their government, then the governor send the message or the recommendation to the President of India. So, President has the power to dissolve the entire legislative assembly and imposes the president rule in the state. During that time period, the governor of the state is administer the states. I mean, all the administration of the state is under the control of the governor. For the smooth functioning of the legislative assembly, speaker and deputy speaker are elected by members from amongst themselves. And the deputy speaker who can run the legislative assembly similar to the Lok Sabha are elected among them, which are the elected members of the legislative assembly. The members of the Legislative Council are elected from among the institutions of local self-governance, registered graduates, teacher of secondary and higher secondary by electorates. To be eligible as a member of the Legislative Council, the candidate should be of 30 years or more and must be a citizen of India. Means, if any person want to elect inside the Legislative Council, he or she is a registered graduate, teacher in a higher secondary or a secondary schools, and he or she should be having a 30 years of age and must be a citizen of India. As we know that this council of the legislature is a permanent house like the Rajya Sabha, and their member is also elected for the term of 6 years. Every 2/3 of its member retire every 2 years. A state has to decide whether to keep a legislative council or not. Yani ki the state is having a decision power to form the legislative council or not. Gujarat, again, it is already told that Gujarat does not have a legislative council. Like the Lok Sabha, the legislative assembly has more power. Ordinary as well as money bills can be presented in it. After the bill pass through various steps, they are sent to the governor for his assent. After the governor signs the bill, it becomes an act. So, the similar kind of legislature is working in the state level. How the flow will go inside the state? The bill is presented inside the legislative assembly, and after pass through the various steps from the houses, the bill is going to the governor for his assent, and after the governor signs, the bill becomes an act. Okay, so this is the same procedure which we follow inside the Lok Sabha and in the Parliament. Okay, so this is the legislature framework at the state level. Now let us try to discuss about the executive body of the government, the second most important organ of the government, executive body or executive organ. Let us start. And the central organ of the government is the executive. Executive is the implementary body of the government. Legislature form the laws, and that laws should be implemented by the executive. If the executive body is not there, then the laws cannot be implemented successfully. This thing we should take into consideration. Union executive means at a central government, political executive comprising administration of the Prime Minister and cabinet of minister, president, vice president and the bureaucrats. Means these are the positions that comes under the executive body. Political and administrative executive officers and employees are in direct contact with the people. The people are influenced by their work. Means student, the officers and the executives are the people which are in direct contact with the common people, and their work is directly affected the people. Their methodology to work, their approach to the people, to the common man, can influence the people. The executive implements the laws framed by the legislature, as I already told you. The administrative executive carries out the work of implementing the policies, programs and planning. government keeping in view the aspiration and expectation of the people. Means student, the administrative executive, which are the implementers of the legislature, carries out the work like implementing the policies, programs scheduled by the government, planning, which is planned by the state government, by the government keeping in view the aspiration and expectation of the people. The political executive changes every 5 years or if the power is given up, whereas the administrative executive is formed by permanently appointed bureaucrats and hence it is permanent. In students, the political executives like chief minister, cabinet ministers or state level ministers are temporary because they are holding their position till the government is there, while the administrative bureaucrats or executives like IAS, IPS officers, secretaries, many engineers are appointed by the bureaucrats and hence it is permanent. However, the retirement age of the administrative bureaucrats is different in different states. Before the retirement, if they misbehave or shows lack of efficiency to work, they can be removed from their post after following prescribed inquiry procedure. So, if we or any of the government want to remove any person from its position, its administrative position inside the government, then after the suitable procedure of inquiry, they can remove the person in the reason of misbehave, lack of efficiency, like this. The political executives are the members belonging to any political party. Means the political persons are belonging to certain political parties like BJP, CPM, Congress, JDU, Sapa, Baspa. These are the name of some parties from which the political executives exist. Their main qualification is to get elected based on their individual honesty to the party, public choice and public opinion, whereas administrative executive requires educational qualification, quality, experience as well as passing competitive examination to be appointed permanently. Means the political executives are elected based on the public choice. Means they are elected on the public choice. Public will give the vote and they are elected inside the political executive body, while the administrative executive like Taluka Development Officer, District Development Officer, Commissioner of Police, these persons are elected by the educational qualification, quality, experience, and after passing some competitive examination they are appointed permanently. The service of the administrative officer is known as the civil service. At the center, the political executive consists of president, vice president, prime minister and cabinet of minister as per the constitution. Means as the center body or in the parliament, the political executives are president, vice president, prime minister, cabinet of ministers as per the constitution. So let us talk about them. India. President is the constitutional head of India. Means the president is the one kind of position which comes under the political executives, under which they are formed as constitutional head of India. All the executive powers of the federal government is given to the president by the constitution. Means in our state, Indian state, the power lies in the hand of constitution, not in the political parties, not to the any person. But here the constitution give power to the president to run the federal government. All the administration of the central government is carried out in the name of the president. He is the head of the nation and the first citizen of Republic India. Means at the center or at the nation level, president is the first citizen of Republic of India and head of the nation. All the administration work at the center carries out under the name of the president. Means any kind of work. The bill can be passed, a law can be passed through the signature of the president and in the name of the president. Second is qualification. What is the qualification of the president? So what are the primary factors that we should keep in mind to be as a president of India? First, he or she should be a citizen of India and should be 35 years of age or above. As we know, student, it is a very dignitary position. So if any person wants to be a president of India, he or she should be a 35 years of age. He should not be a salaried employee of the government or hold any office of the profit. Means the person cannot be a part of central as well as state government. He should not be a member of any of the houses of the parliament or state legislative assembly. Means the person should not be a part of legislative assembly at the state and should not be a part of parliament, whether it is a Lok Sabha or it is a Rajya Sabha. The presidential election is indirectly carried out by the members of both the house of the parliament and the members of the elected to the state legislative assembly. Means the election of the president takes place under the people of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and legislative assembly at the state level. A president is elected for a term of 5 years and he can contest the election after the completion of his term. When the president is in power, neither criminal case can be framed against him nor an order of arrest or imprisonment can be issued. Okay? So, when the president is elected, his or her term is for 5 years and after the completion of 5 years, the person should contend the election again. There is no limit to contest the election. And when the person is holding the position of president and when the person is in a power, no criminal case framed against him or nor order of arrest can be issued for the president. What are the functions and the powers the president have? He appoints the leader of the party who has signed majority in the general election as the prime minister. Means the president can appoint the prime minister who is the leader of the party who has gained the majority in the general elections. Means if the Lok Sabha election held in the entire nation and the BJP win the general election, the leader of the BJP is appointed as the Prime Minister of India and that appointment is given by the President of India. Then with the consultation of the Prime Minister, he appoints the other Minister of the Cabinet. Means after appointing the Prime Minister, both President and the Prime Minister decide who is elected inside the Cabinet post. He administers the oath and distributes the portfolios to the minister. Means the energy sector, the food sector, the cloth industries, various kind of sectors or the ministries are there inside our nation and that portfolios are handed over by the president to the various ministers. As long as the cabinet enjoys the support of the majority members of the Lok Sabha, the president cannot dissolve the cabinet. Means if the majority is with the ruling party, then president cannot dissolve the government. President is the head of the defense forces of the country. Means the president is the head of the Indian Air Force, Indian Armed Forces and Indian Naval Forces. Okay? The president has the power to declare war, cease the war or conclude treaties with other countries. He appoints the judges of the Supreme Court and the High Courts, governor of the state, attorney general, Comptroller and Auditor General. He appoints the head of the defense forces. So these are the power of the president. Okay, from this to this. He means the President also appoints the chairman of the Union Public Service Commission and ambassadors of the various nations. Thus, vast authorized executive and administrative power are vested in the hand of President. He can grant pardon or reduce the sentence of any convicted person, or can postpone its implementation, or can change the nature of the punishment. Means if any person is contemplated under any kind of crime, and if he or she request the president, then president have that power that they can grant pardon or reduce the punishment. He summons the session of both the houses of parliament and prorogues them. The president can also dissolve the Lok Sabha. If the president is satisfied that the security of India or any part of its territory is threatened by a war or external aggression or armed rebellion, he can declare a state of emergency for the whole of India or any of its parts. Hence, the condition of emergency and its implementation is all lie in the hand of the president. The declaration of emergency cannot be challenged in the court. Based on report of the governor, the president can declare constitutional emergency in the state. Means if the ruling party fail to prove its majority, then the presidential rule is implemented, as we already discussed earlier. He can establish president rule by dissolving the state cabinet ministry. In case of financial emergency, the president can reduce salaries of all government officials, including judges of the Supreme Court and High Court. Through the president has vast executive and administrative powers, and through all the administration can be considered in the hands of the president only and done in his name only. In reality, the prime minister and the consultant minister enjoy this power. Means student, what they are trying to say, all the powers lie in the hand of prime minister and his cabinet. President is only for the name. No power lies in the hand of the president. If the prime minister suggests any of the thing to the president, then and then president can do that thing. Okay. Then after, the Vice President of India. In the absence of the President, the Vice President performs the function of the President. The Vice Presidential election is carried out by the members of both houses of the Parliament. Means, Vice President is elected by the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha both. The term period of the Vice President is of 5 years. The Vice President is the chairman of the Rajya Sabha by its position. Means, the chairman of the Rajya Sabha is indirectly the Vice President of India, and Vice President of India is directly appointed as the chairman of Rajya Sabha by his position. The president submits his resignation to the vice president. Means whenever the president want to resign from his post, then and then he or she can submit his resignation to the vice president. So these are the authorities of Vice President of India. स्टूडेंट्स, यहाँ तक आज का कंटेंट हम रखते हैं. नेक्स्ट लेक्चर के अंदर इसके बाद का जो मेन पोजीशन है हमारे भारत का प्रधानमंत्री का पद, उसके बारे में डिस्कशन करेंगे. थैंक यू.